Engine 104 and RA 102 at 6758 Coronet Court.
Hello, everybody. We are on the road already.
5 points, 24 David, around 490.5 at Point Code 2245, bouncing around.
What is it for?
Called in by a loss prevention for a minor that's 1016.
I don't know if I've ever heard the term 90.5 on the radio. We are on our way to Vista right now. Call just came out for a quote-unquote hydrant leaking, which usually means sheared hydrant, aka cool geyser. So we're on our way. This is on Mar Vista Drive in Vista.
Station units bill for a 23-103 vehicle for Paulette and Douglas. Reported as a white sedan. Partial plate of Boy X-ray 17063. Last seen westbound. No further station there.
Let's see who's in here. Hello, Brian. Pat, how you doing? Maya, good to see you. Hello to Street Marine 5150. It is Friday night in North County. And as usual, 8 to 10 p.m., we're here on stream. So we're only a few exits away from Mar Vista, which is why I'm rolling to this. Not only will we maybe beat the fire department, but it always does take a little bit of time to get these hydrants shut down when they do get sheared. It's usually by a vehicle, so there may be a vehicle at the scene we'll see as well. But hope everyone's having a good start to their weekend. I'm feeling significantly better. Last week, right off the bat, I think it was Elizabeth, she said, are you sick? And I'm like, yep, I am. But I'm still getting there, but better than I was last week, so that's good. Enjoying the benefits of that. And once I have a free moment, I'll be sure to catch up on all your messages and do a little rundown like we usually do of the incidents over the last week and answer any questions or comments regarding those. This week was fairly busy in North County. Past couple months have been active quite a bit. Okay, coming up to Mar Vista now. Should be west of the freeway. Or I guess that would be south of. Don't see anything in the distance right now. This is definitely one of the little shortcut roads / back roads in Vista. It gets pretty windy. It's just one lane in each direction. Oh, they're talking about it.
Angel 124. This will be a confirmed shared hydrant at the given location. There's no hazard noted, however, there is water leaking. If you could notify VID.
All right, confirmed shared hydrant.
Have you confirmed shared hydrant, no hazard, and notify VID?
And they're asking for the Vista Irrigation District, aka VID. So in the next minute or so, we should see a shared hydrant right in front of us. Was that it? There was some water there. Did not see the fire engine though. Oh, looks like I'm gonna turn.
3 Mary 10-7, how can I?
3 Mary 10-7, good night.
I thought we'd run into it by now. Let's see. I'm gonna actually navigate to the location. Okay, so that water that we saw back there was it. Engine 124 has canceled, but it is a confirmed sheared height, so we're gonna go back there and see.
Traffic collision. Engine 216 and R15 at State Route 76 westbound and Frizzy Road.
Now we have a crash in Oceanside. Okay, it was right over here.
Oceanside.
You can see the water.
ALS response. Heart problems. Engine 213 and RA214.
Oh, there it is.
Scripps Coastal Medical Center, Jefferson, at 2205 Vista Way.
That's from a fire hydrant? Usually they're taller than that. Huh. I'm surprised that's from a fire hydrant. Looks like the car or whatever hit it. Took out that sign as well. That is the smallest hydrant geyser I've ever seen.
Station 9.8 units cover.
Geyser is a stretch. Sounds like this will be the call out for the crash, so we'll head there into
9.8
Oceanside.
14 around 1183, 76 westbound at Frizzy. 2 vehicles involved.
2 vehicle crash. 76 in Frazee.
Oceanside. ALS response. Breathing problems. Engine 212 and RA211. CVS Oceanside Boulevard. At 1706 Oceanside Boulevard.
Station 9.14. District is advising they're on the eastbound side.
Eastbound 76 at Frazee.
Copy 9, David around.
Northbound RA211 responding. NCT down.
Copy.
We will take good old College Boulevard to this.
With 42 cover at the Harding Community Center, 3096 Harding. 15 to 60 Jubies, possibly drinking alcohol.
Sounds like they just canceled the ambulance. Yeah. So FD is canceled for it, but we'll continue in just to see what's going on. Hello to Beatrice, Alex, Nani, Janelle, Evergreen, Tycho. We've got Cody in here. How you doing? Kenny, thank you guys all for joining.
Pretty call.
Subject's mother's 907. Negative transport on fire medical. Mother's going to be taking custody of the child.
10-4.
Non-injury.
Copy 9 by 1182 and 42. Over 23 1 vehicle north on College and 78 eastbound. Still from on Doug Ford, plate of 6 Stan Nora, 296 17, swerving 415 road rage. East plate repairs on the 29, current on the 2012 Honda corridor to last of Palm and out of Scarsboro. Further station effect.
That was to be on lookout for a driver at College in the 78, but they said southbound, so.
Northbound engine 121. Engine 121. Northbound engine 121 following RA 121 to Tri-City. Copy to Tri-City.
I believe Frazee is just east of College. It's like the next major, or sorry, west of College. So once we get to the 76, we'll just swing a left. Hey Rochelle and Lucia, how you doing? Happy Friday to you both. Someone's jaywalking. We'll slow it down. Wow, they went pretty fast. Oh, it's because they're on a skateboard or a scooter or something. I was like, wow, that person's sprinting. Is that legal now? I heard jaywalking. Is it? Alex, we are headed to Oceanside, eastbound 76 and Frazee Road. It is a non-injury crash, but it was not known on the injuries when we started heading to it. So we're just continuing to see what it looks like. And we'll probably cruise in Oceanside after that, per usual, and see if we get any calls in that area.
48 call.
I think out of all the North County cities, I find myself in Oceanside
There's going to be an RSF just off the community of Pearl. Airpiece vehicle is broke down in the middle of RSF facing eastbound. It's a white Toyota Camry at the hazard sign.
I have not covered a story in Oceanside though this week, I don't think. It was San Marcos, Vista, and another one in Vista yesterday morning. I think my last Oceanside story was the Rookies shooting. 2 people wounded in a shooting at Rookies Sports Bar. That was like 2 weeks ago. Actually, that was exactly 2 weeks ago because that was right after the stream. That would have been the 23rd of December. Hi everyone, good evening. I have an update about the shooting by Paloma Elementary in Cerro Las Posas Park. 19-year-old that passed away
Illegal burning.
from his injuries was a member of my church here in San Marcos, California. The 20-year-old died from the neck shot earlier today or late last night. Wow, I had heard from one other person that the 20-year-old passed away, but I have not heard confirmation of that, but it seems to, cautiously I'm believing it, because that's the second time I've heard that. Thank you for the information, Sylvia. I appreciate it. And thank you for joining tonight. Yeah, that was a bizarre location, time. It was broad daylight. Initially, I didn't know, because the park essentially connected with an elementary school, which you mentioned, Paloma Elementary School. And let's listen to this call real quick.
David 24 David around 2-8, cover FD at Butterflies 1919 Apple. For a group of 4 to 5 transients that are burning items on the sidewalk.
Okay. And yeah, I initially forgot, first of all, about winter break, and second of all, it was January 4th, and it was a weekday, so I'm not super familiar with how schools schedule nowadays, so I was wondering if the shooting was related to the elementary school, but we've since learned, obviously, that it was not, which is good, but regardless, there was a shooting, which is super unfortunate, and yeah, I know Sheriff has confirmed on their end that the 19-year-old passed away. I have not seen a confirmation from them that the 20-year-old did, but like I said, I've heard that twice now. And they did say the 20-year-old was in critical condition in their media release. I also said no suspect information was available. So. Yeah, I definitely do not find myself going into that area of San Marcos. It's a very quiet and it dead ends. They are building some homes further up North Las Posas Road, but it does just cut off into the vegetation, the hills and stuff, so it's a pretty darn quiet area. So to see a homicide which claimed the life of not only one but presumably 2 people now is very unusual for that area. Here's our scene. We got airbag deployment on one of the vehicles. We'll pass right by it. We'll make a U-turn and go back. Just to take a little look-see. Yeah, we'll do this. As long as we can find a place to make a U-turn.
David, your plate returns on the 29th. Should have expired 11/18/22 on the 2017 Honda 4-door to last of Sumano out of our city.
Copy. Final stop is Myers.
Kathy Myers and DJ's 2 David are out. Bye, David, and I'll cover at the Apple.
You can get the 4 David, I'll be around with 24.
Kathy,
There we go.
Wait, can you show me your route to that?
Oceanside. Illegal burning. Engine 212. Further flags rescue mission Oceanside Apple.
Go for it.
10-4, David, 2 David, 10-22.
Alrighty, here's our scene.
Residential Island.
Pretty decent damage on the passenger side of that sedan.
I'm trying to get into this room more, but I think it's something that has a lock.
Enough to get a flatbed tow truck out here as opposed to a standard. And a minivan as well.
Northbound, engine 212 PD states out on arrival.
Or whatever route.
Working over those 2
And they said it was out on arrival.
Copy on arrival. He's possibly moved inside the room. RP is being advised to try to hide unit code 3.
Okay, we have a code response. Did not catch the address on that one. RP's being advised to hide. So I'm guessing this is a residential burglary.
Thank you. Going 97. 10.33 for Highland PO Pico.
Highland and PO Pico. So this will be Carlsbad. We'll head there.
Or if you call, I gave you the second floor, but can you give any kind of direction with north or east?
We're asking him now.
Interesting that it's an intersection as opposed to a specific address.
Murphy's name is Kyle Owen. We're calling the front desk unless somebody's going directly in person.
Oh, is this a hotel?
If you can call, we're just going to contain all these rooms, see if anybody runs out. We'll wait till you get a room number.
Yeah, we're saying now.
I notified it to you. Clear.
No
Yeah,
U-turn.
so far, David, no fire, FD30.
Where's the better up?
97. My partner can hear somebody banging in the background. Male still trying to get through a door that RP is behind.
Whoa.
RP is pushing back on the door.
Definitely an active call in Carlsbad.
So for one on the south end of the second floor, there's nobody at any of the doors.
So far, no one on the outside door.
Maybe possibly 202 if he's in there. Hey, you can show the select here.
Okay.
Room 202, I can hear 415 inside.
Room 202, 415 Curtis Night.
David 1149.
2 David.
Mission Coast, California license plate 6129 Ocean, Union 2 on a 10 Silverado.
The plate is 61290 Union 2. Traffic mission code. Hey, there, David. We're still landline. They might not be there. Station 5 David, 24 David.
Got it. 24 David, copy.
5 David, 24 David, around to a wall, big shot. 520 basic breach, unit 146. Copy RCTs for further. Possible DV related.
Traffic collision. Engine 141 and RA 141 at North Twin Oaks Valley Road and Wayne Creek Road.
San Marcos has a crash now as well. North Twin Oaks and Buena Creek. We were in that area somewhat recently for a crash as well. I'm gonna take Rancho Del Oro. Sounds like it might be calming down now though, so by the time we get there, we may be canceled.
Station 5 David, 24 David.
David. 24 David, copy.
David 24 David, diverting route suspicious search Santa Barbara.
Starting route to Pio Pico Drive. Head west on CA 76 West. In 1 mile, turn right to Mesa Drive.
And in case anyone got tickets for the nearly $1 billion lottery drawing for Mega Millions, they just drew numbers, so check your tickets. Do we have a billionaire in the chat?
County Governor 2 David.
Go past this light. Then at the next one, turn right.
Do you have one report good for response?
At the light, turn right onto Mesa Drive.
Northbound engine 104.
Did you want to report? Go ahead.
Just responding in the east.
Copy.
Ooh. I went for that.
In 1 mile, turn left onto South El Camino Real.
Working going out.
Copy for David.
Now we're going to 4597. Big search for ATCs.
Alright, I'm not hearing anything on this Carlsbad call anymore, so we'll continue into downtown Oceanside, like we were going to do prior.
David 97. Station units 2235 and 3347 morning view drive between the hospital lines.
Is there something in the road? That was weird. Both of those cars in front of me bailed on turning left at the last second.
Carlsbad, ALF.
Escondido has a crash now as well. We'll tune into Escondido's feed, which is completely separate from Northcom, which covers essentially all other North County cities.
for engine 137, RE 132. Vehicle accident, Ashton at Elmwood. Map H is 4420 Alpha. Being for a 58-year-old female with chest pain and a 23-year-old male with a cut on his head and hand. PD is on the scene.
Ouch. We'll go back to Northcom though. Hey Jose, how you doing? Thank you for joining. Rochelle, I noticed that too, but the GPS saying Pio instead of Pio. Pio Pico Drive.
Units are at a dispatch location on UTL. ERP have any indicator on whether they're on Twin Oaks or Buena Creek? Our info from Sheriff's Demo.
Units are unable to locate so far for the crash in San Marcos, North Twin Oaks, and Buena Creek.
CLS response. Hemorrhage. Engine 10.
But if that's showing the floor, you can check there.
At 29.
Happy Friday, happy truck.
Lights or the 459 level. Houston, I can cover from close.
Being homicide, Buffalo 5600 North State 2140. That cosmetic company, the number is not shown on the sheet. Coverage is in here, doctor and a transcript.
Sounds like they have located that crash in San Marcos. They were very soft-spoken, so I didn't quite catch, but I heard Deer Springs. So I'm assuming it was just a little down the road.
I do 23 now.
We'll go for chicken area.
Station 1 David to sector.
Whatever.
1 David 2 David out of sector 2335. Hudson. 1 David 3347 morning to drive. Main aggressive is first in Houston right now 145. Around here wearing a black shirt, size PG bottom.
Alright, welcome to Oceanside. I'm going to pull over shortly to catch up on your comments. I literally haven't had a chance to do that since the stream started, so I want to make sure those all get addressed.
Street. Yeah.
Where do you think man is going? I'll be around 67.
Copy for David. 2 David, you can sit with it.
Sure, not the same. Looking at your UCO, you chose both tonight.
Eight 735, 1 David, you can 622.
Okay. Hi, Jeanne. How are you? Or Jeannie? Whichever one. Elizabeth. Good to see you, Elizabeth. Thank you for joining. Well, we're excited for tomorrow. We get to find out if we'll have a granddaughter or grandson, our first. Congratulations, Rochelle. Hey, Coley. How you doing? Thank you for being a member. Thank you to Evergreen as well for being a member and a moderator. And Nani for the same. Pat, thank you for being a member. Beatrice, member and moderator. Thank you guys very much. Belle is in here. DJ E Quick, I'm not sure if he's still in here, but hello to you regardless. Just skimming through so I can see if there's any questions I missed or anything. Amber, thank you for joining. Hope you're having a good Friday. Old School Steve said, first time catching you live. Glad you caught me. Thank you for joining.
Boys and I are the store's going to be the northeast building on that south end near where the Christmas tree is for Hurricanes.
Kenny's in here. Good to see you, Kenny. Shout out to you. You're sounding a little better, Daniel. You do the medicine ball? I did. I tried the medicine ball tea or whatever you want to call it from Starbucks. I had a couple people suggest that on last week's stream. It was good. I recommend. Clown, one of our newest members, is in here. Am I pronouncing that right? Thank you for being a member. Good to see you. Alrighty, all caught up now. We'll do a quick rundown, like I said, of the incidents over the past week. Just while we're stopped. Of course, as we mentioned, we had the shooting in San Marcos. Also had an incident in Escondido. It was a death investigation. I had a couple people message me about this one, so I went out to see what it was all about. Looked like there was an SUV that was linked to the fatality, and beyond that, there hasn't been any official confirmation. And the SUV possibly being linked was just from my vantage point at the scene. But yeah, that was an interesting one. Had a couple missing persons cases I posted about this week. One was from officials in Northern California, specifically San Mateo County Sheriff's Department or Sheriff's Office, and they thought this 3-year-old girl and her father were potentially heading to Mexico. So that is why I shared it on North County's page. San Diego PD was tweeting about it and stuff, so I posted that. The San Marcos shooting claimed the life of a 19-year-old male, and from what I'm hearing from a couple people is that the 20-year-old that was also shot has passed away, unfortunately. That was along West Borden Road, just east of North Las Posas Road. Had a hit and run in San Marcos, 200 block of North City Drive in that area. It was caught on camera, so if you guys want to see that footage, you can head over to Instagram. Looks like it's a Chevy Tahoe, some sort of suburban vehicle that struck a parked vehicle and took off. So that owner of the parked vehicle is kind of at a loss for answers, and that's an unfortunate situation. So, and then less than 12 hours after the homicide investigation in San Marcos, the shooting, another homicide investigation in Vista. This was in the 1900 block of Vista Way, right off of the 78. It's just a wall that, oh, look at that. All those people jaywalking right in front of that car. Yeah, just the wall dividing the freeway lanes and West Vista Way. This was by the Stagecoach, is it Saloon? It's right by Smart and Final as well, that area. There's also a glass shop, A&E glass, if you're familiar with that. Right by the Emerald Drive exit. That's how I should really be describing it. Person found deceased along the side of the road. Initially, they were not sure if it was gunshots or not, and they're still not. But they said witnesses in the area reported hearing what sounded like fireworks prior to the deputies arriving and pronouncing the person at the scene, which was probably the pronouncing of the person was probably the doing of the fire department. They did respond. And then, as I mentioned earlier, yesterday morning, we had a rollover crash in Vista. This was just a little bit down from where a car wrapped around a pole earlier this week on the 78. I was unfortunately not able to make it to that incident in time. I would have definitely liked to get footage of that. But by the time I got to the scene, it was all cleared. But this one was a Tesla. The one yesterday morning went off of the freeway lanes. There may have been other vehicles involved. They weren't sure at the time. Tesla rolled over. It had a significant impact zone on the rear door, which may have been from hitting a tree. That person had significant injuries, and it was raining quite a bit yesterday morning, so that likely had a role. And that other missing persons case, this is not from officials. This was from the missing adult's sister and the uncle of the missing child. 42-year-old Nicole Gundlach and 4-year-old Nova Lytle. Last seen at the Motel 6 on Plaza in Oceanside, if you guys are familiar with that. Right off of the 78. College and Plaza is where they were last seen on December 29th? Let's see. May have been January 4th. And they're looking for a gray Hyundai Elantra with license plate 7XUX703. There's also a restrained party involved in that case. And he was last seen driving near that Motel 6 in Oceanside on January 4th. The missing pair was also seen earlier at a Studio 6, which is like Motel 6, motel in Carlsbad, 5000 block of Avenida Encinitas. So that catches you up on this week's stories that were on Newsflash. A pretty active week. Let's see if any comments here. Hey Maya, how you doing? C-Rock, good to see you as well. Oh, can I promote missing mom Maya Miliete hike for tomorrow? It's 2 years since she went missing. They are doing a hike in Chula Vista. Absolutely. Yeah, throw any information you have in the chat. Gosh, I didn't realize that was 2 years tomorrow. Or is it 2 years tomorrow? Is that the anniversary, or is it just past? Oh, we have a traffic collision involving structure in Fallbrook. Should we go to Fallbrook? Johnny is saying it was confirmed gunshots. I'm assuming you're talking about Vista. Thank you for that information. I haven't heard that myself, but thank you. When I was driving, there was a part of fence missing in an apartment right between Oceanside and Vista. Don't know if it was a car accident or not. Huh. That's odd. Thank you, C-Rock. I try to cover as many stories as I can. It's a one-man show. I do have resources that luckily other people have provided me, which I'm extremely grateful for. Like Greg, I mentioned him 1 or 2 streams ago. He is amazing. Carlsbad PD found the mom and daughter. They were fine. Located in Encinitas today? I've been keeping tabs on that Ian Gunlock. He was the one that posted about it. All right, look at that. 3 hours ago, even Carlsbad Police posted about it. The Carlsbad Police Department has located a mother and her 4-year-old child who had been reporting missing in North County by family members. They were found in Encinitas today and are safe. Many thanks to our hardworking detectives who quickly brought this case to resolution. I will definitely be posting about that as soon as the stream ends to give everyone an update. I'm sure everyone will be pleased to hear that. Thank you to Johnny Necro for letting me know about that update. I very much appreciate it. I was not aware of that. Let's check on this crash in Fallbrook. Gird Road. CHP is probably involved in this. Person drove her vehicle through the garage and hit another vehicle. We'll keep tuned in on that one. It is a little bit of a drive, and I have concerns with live stream service. We always mention Ramona when we think about... Even last week we had issues because we went down to the Strand in Oceanside, and that street has awful service. But yeah, that does it for our rundown for this week's incidents. I didn't really realize how much I posted, and some incidents that I mentioned had multiple posts due to updates. I know San Marcos and Vista was...
And 111, got the station. Copy. Medic 114.
Is this a stage call?
Copy. Truck 126, copy. Truck 126, copy.
Sounds like the crash in Fallbrook is a stage for fire department, meaning that they need law enforcement to get in there first to secure the scene. That's interesting.
Good ambulance 111 Bravo.
Waiting for a size up on this incident.
Good time 111. You can cancel truck 126. Heavy truck 126, you can cancel.
Still got that lingering cough.
Not long. David 3, David, around to cover update to the road to mobile, 477 Harbor Drive. For the last 2 hours, appears to be in First is David.
Oceanside.
Cowboy.
Person down. Engine 211. At Harbor Drive and Carmelo Drive.
We're on to the cover update 3, David 2, 1022.
There you go.
Oh my goodness, somebody Venmo'd me. I just saw this. Sorry, I didn't have my ringer on. Cynthia, shout out to you. Thank you so much for your generous tip. I very much appreciate that. Are you in the chat, Cynthia?
I will be on the 4th side.
Those are some purple headlights if I've ever seen them. They look blue up close. Oh, is that closed because the tides have been pretty crazy lately? That's not usually closed. I know in Del Mar there was some pretty intense tides today. Caught a quick glimpse of the waves, and they do look pretty big close to the shoreline. tell where they go up the sand. But I'm assuming that's what that parking lot closure is for, especially since it does drop when you enter it. To access the parking lot, you go down a little slope, so it sits even lower than Carlsbad Boulevard. I didn't even mean to do this, but this is right where that motel is in Carlsbad, which is where we are. Where that missing
Oceanside. Medical aid.
pair was spotted. But again, they have been found, the 42-year-old and 4-year-old that were missing. Shout out to Johnny again for throwing that information in the chat. Yeah, that just broke within the last few hours, so that is really good news. I know people were quite worried about that, child especially.
I copy, yeah, I saw it come in from the north too. Thanks.
Okay. Another quick opportunity to catch up on the chat. Last I heard, we hit 16 feet high tide. My gosh. I'm a little confused about this bomb cyclone that's been talked about. I know Northern California is having significant impacts from it, but I thought it only stretched down to LA County, the furthest south. But now I'm not sure if we're impacted at all by it. Carlsbad State Beach, I think, had a car taken by the waves right around Christmas. No way. I did not hear about that.
Oceanside. Person down. BLS.
Good night, everyone. Gotta go do some crochet research. Be safe. Thank you for joining Janelle, our resident crochet artist. Thank you for joining, and have a good night. What road are you on? Let's see, that was at 9:03 you commented that. So that was either South Coast Highway in Oceanside or where it turns into Carlsbad Boulevard in Carlsbad. Where in Fallbrook? That crash was on Gird Road. Let me get you a 100 block here. 3100 block of Gird Road in Fallbrook. And they do have a unit at scene now, but again, it was a stage call, so I don't know if they actually have eyes on it yet while they're waiting for law enforcement to handle the situation. And CHP has no updates. Okay, just checking Sheriff CAD.
You can show me how it was. 46 and 45.
Okay, now seeing that New press release regarding the homicide investigation in Vista. Identified the victim as 39-year-old Oscar Rodriguez. Preliminary cause of death is gunshot wounds and manner of death is homicide. Next of kin has been notified. No suspect information. Yeah, usually I'm more on top of that kind of stuff. But did not get a chance to read that yet today.
You are? That's Ciao.
The only request for air support since we started the stream was for Alpine. So not sure what that was, but that is quite outside of our range of coverage. That's more of a WAN thing. Bombogenesis is when a cyclone or large storm rapidly intensifies or strengthens over a 24-hour period. I did not know that. So that's what we've all been hearing about. Daniel, are you going to Fallbrook? At this point, there's not enough information for me to commit to a venture up north that far. And again, I had concerns about the stream kind of crapping out. Both on our way up there and once we actually get to the scene. So I'm not even sure you guys would see it since it is Fallbrook and pretty rural. What's going on in Alpine? Let me see if it's on the CAD. They requested Astray at about 8:37. Looks like it is not on the calls for service anymore. There was a Preserve the Peace, 2700 Alpine Boulevard, but it's been closed recently. So it looks like whatever they were called out for has concluded. Yeah, I usually don't go to Fallbrook unless it's a significant story, or if I'm trying to get another video up for the week. I try to post 3 videos a week on YouTube at least, but Instagram I do post more frequently on because I can post pictures, of course, on Instagram, and if I posted pictures on YouTube it would be like a slideshow, which would be super weird, so not doing that. But yeah, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter all have more frequent posts. Oh, they're talking about Fallbrook. Goodness, my windshield.
Can you check with Sheriff? The status?
They're asking for a status on the stage from the Sheriff's Department, so it sounds like the fire department has not been let in to the scene yet in Fallbrook. No, not a red light. I try to get some air going on my windshield when I clean it, so it does a better job. But it killed my vibe.
Large dent in the trunk was seen swerving, causing your TP. Plate return 1129. The last of Marino out of Los Angeles.
Okay, we'll try this again. Much better. Sheriff at scene in Fallbrook still trying to locate the victim. That's interesting. I think that call came out like 15 ago. back to staging and hang out there for a little bit. Astria is being requested for something.
Astria.
When you're clear from El Cajon, can you switch over to Vista for a property check of a female that activity for?
Okay, so it sounds like they're requesting Astria for this call in Fallbrook now. I know they said Vista, but it's a little confusing to explain, but that's Vista Radio, which includes Fallbrook. So that's the frequency they were asking Astria to switch to. So deputies are essentially at a loss for finding this person. But I'm wondering what the scene looks like for sure. But Astria's in El Cajon right now, helping them with something.
Yeah, I was just looking for a little further clarification with Station M. Can you go direct and ask them if this is going to be a vehicle into a structure, or if this is going to be typical medical aid patient DV? I just have 4 units staging for this particular type of call.
The Oceanside dialysis at 4182 Oceanside Boulevard.
Expired in 21. There's a risk in 12, 15, and 22. And a pending passenger file.
San Marcos. Fall. Engine 143 and RA 143. Over to San Marcos. At 852 Avenida Ricardo. Apartment 341.
Sheriff, the vehicle did crash into the garage, and they were still attempting to locate the female who was injured.
Okay, so Sheriff is saying that the vehicle did hit the garage in Fallbrook. FD was wondering if it was just a medical.
Northbound Battalion 111 copies.
Starting 140.
Northbound Battalion 111 just confirming things. They'll want us to continue to stage. Or has the scene been cleared enough for FD to enter?
Continue to stage. They're still attempting to locate the female. They're checking the property. She's not in the house. I believe she's over on the property. They see the vehicle.
Battalion 111.
Have to ask your own lawyer.
Mr. Lar.
Are you able to switch over to Vista?
Yeah, we're just going to call if
Carbon monoxide alarm. Truck 105. Staybridge Suites, Carlsbad, at 2735 Palomar Airport Road. Collision. Engine 231 and medic 232
Oh.
at 1600 South Coast Highway 101.
Encinitas has a crash now. Dang, we were just in Carlsbad. Let's head to it, though. We will exit Mar Vista again. We were there earlier. What are the odds? It's along South Coast Highway. We did not make it far enough south along South Coast Highway when we were cruising to make it to Encinitas, but now we will. Third incident of the night, but the first two, well, that we're going to, there's been, of course, the crash in Fallbrook as well, but the first two incidents that we went to were not much, so we'll see if this one has a little more visual to it or something, some sort of additional element.
Time 111 Northern. Good time 111. Good time 111 units are now cleared enter.
Finally cleared. How long has this
Okay,
call
well,
been going
great.
on? Fire department just got cleared in for
114
Fallbrook.
is 115 is going to be 3125.
That's another thing about Fallbrook. They may have just set a gate code, and beyond gate codes, a lot of the properties out there have long driveways and just things that you find in rural communities like that, to where it is somewhat of a gamble to venture out there to try to cover something. But of course there is satellite imagery, so that's one way to check and see, kind of get an idea of what you're going into, but those addresses aren't always exact.
Around to Walker, check 520 basically.
In 6.7 miles, turn left to merge onto I-5 South.
I saw Rochelle earlier had mentioned that she wants my GPS. It's just the iPhone GPS, just the built-in Maps application. Although I haven't updated my phone to the newest operating system, so it may be an older version, quote-unquote, like the one from the previous operating system. So that's all I'm using if you want to twin with me on the GPS. Oh, jeez, that guy got really close to me. That guy was probably less than 2 feet from my back bumper, passing me. Not a fan. I don't know who would be.
Yeah, David. Yeah, David, traffic, 76
It's interesting, during this stream we have the call in Fallbrook, and we also have one in Encinitas, which are essentially the northern and southern, well, northeastern and southwestern corners of my coverage area. If you want to go even further east than Fallbrook and the same amount north, you have like Palma Valley. I have gone out there before, but that's the same boat as Fallbrook, and even more so because it's a further distance away of the rural aspect and the style of properties out there to tend with. But Encinitas is obviously a lot more dense since it's by the coast, so scenes are a lot more accessible. So we are headed there. Shutting down the railroad tracks because the vehicle in Encinitas is on them.
Copy all, contact.
Thank goodness a train didn't come through. This time of night is where freight trains get more frequent on those tracks rather than Coaster, Metrolink, Amtrak, etc. because I think they stopped running at about 9 or 10. And if North County Transit isn't aware yet that a car is on the tracks, there is still, I guess, potential there for a train to come through, even though the fire department's there. North County Transit is the one that needs to pump the brakes on those trains.
Engine 231. North County Transit District has shut down the rail at that
The next left,
section.
turn left.
Okay, North County Transit District has shut down rail service.
Stay in the left 2 lanes.
I remember like a year or two ago there was an incident in Orange County, either Orange or LA County, where a plane crashed onto railroad tracks and then got hit by a train. That is absolutely
At the
insane.
light, use the left 2 lanes to merge onto
I wish I remembered where exactly that was, but the video of that was unbelievable, and they rescued the person inside the plane by just a hair before the train came through.
In 9.2 miles, take exit 41 beyond to Encinitas Boulevard toward Encinitas.
Good.
You notify PG&E that we have thermal homicide on the computer.
Confirm. 105 North.
Oh, Happy New Year, by the way, guys. This is the first stream of 2023.
Watching inquiry if it's a well here or a different kind.
Sorry, inquiring of what?
What type of heater is it? A wall heater or a different type?
Excuse me.
There's going to be a large industrial dryer heaters.
Station for Astro 3 letter.
Another Astro request.
Station 3 4.
Hi, you need to make it self-tack one because you don't want to work together for a home.
I have no idea what they just said.
Copy, thanks. Then they're in route. I'll call back with an ETA.
Northbound, sorry, 147.
Good. Are you 145?
42 for 145. The traffic bridge. Can I take it 5 now to KMC?
In 2 miles, take exit 41 be onto Encinitas Boulevard toward Encinitas.
County 111, engine 114. Go ahead. We got one patient being transported down here. Do you have any needs for us up there?
All right, one patient being transported from the Fallbrook crash. That was an interesting one to listen to. It took quite a while for that person to be located.
Use the right lane to take exit 41 beyond to Encinitas Boulevard toward Encinitas.
All right, here's our stop. Those signs look new. I don't remember there being so much.
Then turn right onto Encinitas Boulevard.
So much signage at this exit.
At the light, use the right lane to turn onto Encinitas Boulevard. Turn right.
Sounds like she was questioning herself. Turn right? Siri's got to have more confidence in her.
In a quarter mile,
her
turn
demands.
left onto South Coast Highway 101.
There's a sheriff unit. I wonder if they're coming from the crash.
Station 10 David, status.
Yeah, we're good for.
10 David.
Thank you, LA, for the tip. I just saw that. Thank you very much. Good to see you, by the way. Happy Friday to you. I very, very, very much appreciate your support.
Go past this light. Then at the next one, turn left.
Haven't seen Mr. Daniel since last year. I used that joke a couple times, and the response I got from the people I was with was so negative. It's just the cheesiest joke, but
use the left 2 lanes to turn onto South Coast Highway 101.
I think it's the best joke. It absolutely has to be said at least once every New Year's.
Actually, I'm sorry. We're going to unpatch Audi South Tac 1, and they're going to keep it on Court Services primary. If you need to communicate with them, you can try Court Services Tac 1 or keep it on primary.
1.6 miles is on your right. 1600 South Coast Highway 101.
We've seen the Carlsbad sign tonight, and now we're seeing the Encinitas one, and it's still decked out for the holidays, so this is probably the last time we'll see it like this. Very nice. And the trees looks good. Props to whoever decorated that. Downtown Encinitas.
Male that were seen jumping a wall at the community pool. RP advised they had alcohol and were possibly taken to 17 years old. He claims he heard one of the males saying, "Where did you put the gun?" but did not see any firearm, and the RP did have a thick accent. Should be at the pool just south of that location.
My husband loves watching your lives. Can you give him a shout out? His name is Robert. Shout out to you, Robert. Thank you very much for your support. I'm glad you enjoy the lives. I have never seen this account in the chat, so thank you, Quinat. I probably butchered that, but thank you for your support and for viewing. I very much appreciate it. And for entering the chat. I love when people interact in the chat. It's very fun. Whoa. There's a lot going on down here.
Fleet on the overviews, California 7, Tom Victor, David 246.
Copy that, David.
like 10:15, release on site. Number.
The last Hugelman at 423 Port Dust Lane, Varsity.
Whatever that place is having a sale. Electric bikes. All right.
In 1 mile, the destination is on your right. 1600 South Coast Highway 101.
Okay, I think the train tracks will be on our left. There's an ambulance. That might be the one that responded. I'm fairly sure it'll still be there, but it did take us a little while to get down here. I'd be surprised if they got out here and all of it's situated by now. I'm not seeing any trains running. Oh, I do see, okay, I see the scene. Sheriff and fire department still there. We'll see what the best access looks like for this one. Oh, I see. You can see the car with its hazard lights on to the left of the fire engine up on the tracks. How did that happen? And there's the tow truck coming in. Okay, where can I park for this? This will be interesting. Oh my gosh. A portion of that is missing.
The destination is on your right. 1600 South Coast Highway 101.
Okay.
Arrived.
Let's see. This will be interesting to try to park on. No parking. Okay, let's see that. Can we go around? Yeah. I've seen that tow truck operator before as well. Okay, we'll pull right here and... Oh, Jesus. Okay. Alright. Don't want to run over those rocks. Okay, we'll make this quick too. I don't want to have my car here for too long. Let me check. Throw on the vest for this one. Oh, you know what? It's not in here. Oh, that's weird. I just washed my I'm gonna try to get a visual on the car for you guys. You can kind of see it right there. The back portion is missing. That looks like, not totally familiar with cars, but I think that's an Audi R8, which is pretty expensive if it is. I'll try to walk further down here. Definitely want to get up there. We've got this will be interesting to see it get removed. We'll stick around here for a few minutes to see what the removal process looks like. It's a steep walk and not very stable to get up there. He nailed it. Yeah, I really want to... I might just chance it and go up there. FD as well. At this point, I'm kind of just sticking around here to find a good opportunity. I'm hoping someone will come down and I can ask them to hop up there. I might go ask that firefighter. There's a good access point here. Excuse me, sir. Any injuries here?
Yeah.
Okay, my name's Daniel, by the way. I'm with Newsflash Media.
Daniel?
Yeah, nice to meet you. Chris.
You look familiar.
Do I? I've been down here a few times. I usually stick around Vista, San Marcos area, so.
Okay.
But all of North County is where I cover.
Oh, nice. Right
Thank
on.
you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
And thank you
No
for your
problem.
service.
Yeah.
I came off of Coast Highway.
Yeah, he was going this way. Probably going pretty fast.
Yeah. I saw the rocks when I was walking up and, got a little crowd gathered.
Someone reported him going like 100 miles an hour or something.
Reported or recorded?
Reported.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. It definitely looks capable of going that fast, too.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. Have a good night.
Yeah, of course.
I think they just threw on their light for me. That was really nice. Wow. Shout out to Encinitas Fire. They're very nice. And that was Chris Pena, specifically, of Encinitas Fire Department. I may throw that on the Instagram as well. I didn't realize there was a kind of, not crowd, but there was a little gathering of people on the other side of the tracks. So that was a good vantage point, but we got, on our side, we had the, I mean, pretty gaping hole in the back. Like, where was that wheel? Was it even there? The back right wheel was, that area was completely messed up. Alright, if you guys have any lingering questions, comments, etc. to get in before the stream ends, now's the time. We are a couple minutes past 10 at this point. So I will wrap it up soon, but I'll just pull off here in the next minute or so and respond to your comments that you guys leave, if any. But thank you in advance for joining me tonight. That was a interesting way to end things.
46
I'll slip in here.
Number 42
Ooh, right by the porta potties. What a perfect spot. We'll go a little further down to avoid that. Okay. Was there a driver located? At this point, I don't know. With sheriffs being encrypted, we don't get as many details on that side of stuff. But I thought that guy wandering around was the driver at first, but it seemed like he was just trying to get pictures. Have a nice weekend and be safe. Hope to stream with you next Friday. Thank you so much, Sylvia, and thank you for the information you gave earlier in the stream. Of course, very unfortunate update, but thank you for the information. And hope you have a great weekend. He was nice. Yes, he was. Time's up. Unfortunately, it basically is up, LA. You'd be correct. Let's see if I missed anything else. What happened with the car? I was watching your stream on a second monitor on mute. The firefighter said that it was reported as going 100 miles an hour. So at that speed, it's probably not the easiest to keep control of the vehicle at all times. So who knows? It could have been drunk driving. I'm not totally sure at this point. That was a newer model Audi R8, $200,000 plus. No way. I may go back and shoot that on my camera after this. I do have my camera with me. That's a wild price tag for a car. Hello to Kismet and Cal. Thank you for joining. I've never seen you in here before. Thank you very much for entering the chat. What was the unfortunate update from earlier? That was regarding the San Marcos shooting. Sylvia had thrown in the chat that the 20-year-old, the second person to pass away after that shooting in San Marcos the other day. That was the second time I've heard that from somebody, so I haven't heard an official confirmation of that, but yeah, that's the second time I've heard it. I grew up in Encinitas. I may know who the driver is if it was an R8. Well, hopefully they're all right. Let's see. But yeah, 100 miles an hour is really fast for this stretch of roadway. Oh no, prayers for the family. Thank you for the update. Of course. Thank you to Sylvia. And hello to Carolina Cruz. Thank you guys so much for... I've been here before from Pacific Beach, La Mesa, El Cajon. Oh, well, thank you for joining again. I very much appreciate it. And shout out to JB Fishing. I recognize that name as well. Thank you for the information on the vehicle. And on that note, you guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Thank you to LA again for your generous tip, as well as Cynthia. Thank you so much, you guys. I very much appreciate the support. I hope you have a fabulous weekend and week ahead. Stay safe, and I will see you guys next Friday, 8 to 10 p.m. as always. What is the name of the stream with Juan? And I will update if I hear any more information. I will send you a private message. The name of the stream, his channel is called 619 News Media, so he'll be streaming tomorrow night. Usually it's called, what does he title his streams? Does anybody know before we go? If you do look up the 619 News Media YouTube channel, though, you should be able to find it with ease. He streams around the same time I do on Saturday nights, and also other nights. He streams a lot more than I do, and for longer. But yeah, that should help you find it. Thank you guys again, and I will see you next Friday, 8 to 10 p.m. Talk to you then, guys. Bye.